makes you so special, baby?
Like when I'm blind, I can do almost everything. Except for all the visual stuff.
Yeah. How long have you been blind?
Since I was born.
What's your condition called?
Septo-optic dysplasia. It means that like my octave nerve between the back of my head and brain is underdeveloped. I can't see like that.
What would you say to like other little kids that are blind?
Well, I'd say do your best you can.
And be happy?
Yeah.
And always smile just like you?
Yep.
And bring joy everywhere you go just like you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm the star.
Good morning, world. How are you? I'm fine. I come to shine. Make sure when you're singing that you don't sing with your legs crossed. You got to be able to breathe properly, okay, sweetheart? Good morning, world. Do it.
Good morning, world.
How are you?
How are you?
Give me a nice vibrato on that. I'm fine. I'm fine. I come to shine.
I come to shine. Good morning, world.
Yes.
How are you?
Breathe.
I'm fine. I come to shine.
So good.
Good morning, world.
Kill it.
How are you?
Yes.
I'm fine. I come to shine.
Kill it, Sadaya.
Good morning, world.
Yes.
How are you? I'm fine. I come to shine.
And keep it simple.
Good morning, world.
Oh.
How are you?
Woo. I'm fine. I come to shine. And kill it.
Good morning, world.
Go.
How are you?
You got it.
I'm fine. I come to shine.
Vibrato.
Good morning, world.
Go.
How are you?
Yes.
I'm fine. I come to shine.
Fantastic.
Good morning, world.
Yes.
How are you?
Yes.
I'm fine. I come to shine.
When I first saw that video, it really substantiated why I love music and I teach music. This little girl, Sadaya Page, she's only 11 years old, and she says she loves to sing and play the piano. She's completely blind. Her mom says that music has given her daughter so much a boost in her confidence, which keeps her love and hope alive, and promoting her self-confidence and letting nothing stop her from her dreams. Sadaya always says, I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm confident, I'm independent, and I can do anything I put my mind to do. Music is recognized for its unique power in individual physical, mental, and emotional health. It heals. Music educators, you are super amazing, multitasking, life-saving, and miracle workers. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. I come to shine. I'm Pamela Dawson, and I am the 2023 GRAMMY Music Educator of the Year. I want to first thank Alfred Music for inviting me to be a part of Choral Connect. As stated, I am an educator, a consultant, a clinician, an advocate for music in the schools, and the power of music and its healing powers. I'm a harpist, a mother, and a grandmom. I'm called Gigi, and I have this love and passion for music, which gave my students my name. They started calling me Mama Dawson. I was born in Detroit, Motown, loved music, and was surrounded by it all my life. But my father told me, there's no money in music, study business. Prior to my being an educator, I was in the corporate world. Music was always my passion from a child of 5, and that love became constant. I'm going to stop right there because to all of our music educators out there, what's in you, you can't take away. If you have music in you, you can't take it away. My story is long, and maybe that book will come out soon. But fast forwarding, I went off to college and studied music business as my father told me to. I had a bad music teacher, and it killed my passion for music, and I walked away. I put my clarinet down at that time and said I'll never do it again. Changed majors in college. But somewhere along the line, I eventually worked my way back, but it took many years. So I worked in corporate America. I left corporate America because my daughter was having problems in her 3rd grade class, and I wanted to go in to ensure that she was going to be okay. So I started volunteering in the classroom with the teacher, and I became that assistant and became that beacon of life and gave them organizational skills, creativity, and more nurturing environment, but not only for my child, but for the entire class. I was so successful that the school principal came to me and said, "Hey, I need you to volunteer." Now, my answer was no. I'm like, if I'm gonna have to do this, I'm going to get paid. That's what most of us say we want to do. Long story short, that same summer I worked for a camp, and I was asked to incorporate my business and music skills into a new job at a Catholic school in Detroit, working in the counseling department, teaching a computer class, and starting a choir. I thought about it and I said, okay, I'll take this job. I took it, and in the midst of that entire time, my first day in class, I stepped out in front of my class and found my passion and renewed my calling and my purpose in life. Well, that brings me to my point today. Music educators, we are passionate people. It flows in us continually. We wake up in the middle of the night with these wonderful music ideas, creating, performing, or teaching a lesson. We can't turn it off because we are artistic. It's a part of us. But that is why we love it. And that's why we are in education, because we want to share that love and that joy with the world, especially those little faces that we see every day. But we go home with this music in us and we rehearse and we have ideas, we do lesson plans, we create. That 8-hour day becomes a 12 and 15-hour days, weekends, evenings, creating and performing. I know it's what we do and we have got accustomed to it. That's our routine, but it starts to drain us mentally and emotionally. I'm sure most of you sacrifice countless hours and family time due to exhaustion because you've been with the school. You've likely dealt with stress-related issues, sleep deprivation, and like me, some kind of anxiety. Is that the life of music education that we envisioned when we started? Of course not. We prepare for and entered our profession with the dreams of sharing music with young people, expressing ourselves musically, and celebrating the great successes of our students. Work and life, though, seldom seems to be actually out of balance, sometimes leading to burnout. Music educators, perhaps then, are the most professionals deal with the work-related stress and have a problem with that balance dealing with burnout. Did you know that it has been proven that teachers make more minute-by-minute decisions than brain surgeons? When I found that out, I was like, wow. First-year teachers, you're going to deal with struggles with long hours, question whether such a work schedule is sustainable. Those in their earlier careers experience high level of burnouts and then peers who are in other disciplines. Teachers who did not have children question whether or not they could do their jobs and raise a family. These are real life things. The life of a teacher has so many contexts. So many times I went in the classroom and said, can I just teach? Can I just get in front of my class and teach? And I'm sure that many of you have said that. We all deal with curriculums, test scores, testing, and so much more that's out of our control. Veteran teachers, we deal with burnout because of challenging behaviors, demotivated students, time pressure, workload, administrative pressures and challenges, lack of prep time, causing work extra hours after school. So what happens in that? It causes a reduction in our time spent with our family and our spouses. We have conflict of duties, lack of administrative support, and believe it or not, 92% of teachers feel lack of a connection and support. But here's the thing, don't forget your passion. I'm imploring us to find sources to refuel so that we can continually give back. Find like-minded people that can impart words of wisdom and encouragement in your life, to remind you who you are and what you do. You do change lives. I take time to go and find other resources around me, my friends, my family, and just to say, Talk to me. I need some support. As we're entering into the first day of school, the questions are we ready? That summer went by so fast, I'm sure it did. Some of us rested and others didn't. Some of us worked. We went to professional development. But what did you individually do to prepare to greet our children? Who are eagerly awaiting for us in September, or in my case, in 2 weeks? Is our passion for music enough? No, it's not. We have to prioritize. What makes me effective in my classroom is that I prioritize, what is important to me as an educator. I came to the understanding that I was hired based on my knowledge and my skill as it relates to being a choral director. So what I do is exactly that, which will benefit my students and nothing else. I prioritize choral education and my students first, which makes you and me a rock star. A rock star is defined as a highly accomplished and a well-regarded person in that particular field. That's you. I used to think that a rock star was that person that got on stage with the guitar and jump up and down like, oh yeah, I want to be a rock star like that. Not ever putting together that they're just highly regarded. We as music educators are highly regarded, or you wouldn't have been hired, or you didn't have that love of music, or you wouldn't wake up in the middle of the night, or you wouldn't have all these ideas and expression of music and say, oh, I've got a great idea for my students tomorrow. Okay, because I know I wake up in the middle of the night all the time, or I can't shut my brain down. And I'm sure that's what we do, but that's because of our passion. But I want you to ask yourself, what is the crucial thing every day that you need to do? When you go into the classroom this year and you're sitting in your desk and you're preparing, and I'm sure like you, my desk is full of music and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got this, I got this, I got UIL, I got this competition, I got this, I got this. We're prioritizing, but we're being bombarded by other things. Oh, you need these lesson plans in by today. Oh, you need to come to the staff development. Oh, I need you to do this. Oh, I need you to do this. And we stop, and it starts causing this stress in us. And I developed anxiety. I did. I had to figure out what can wait, what's more important. And guess what? Your student is important. What we need to do is start finding things that can help us. Ask for help. I know I did. I started asking parents. I found that, believe it or not, I have this fantastic parent that having parents around me, seeing me do everything that I do and making this amazing magic happen, for these concerts, because of course, everyone thinks that we just get up and we wave our magic wand and we say bippity boppity boo, and all of a sudden our kids are doing these performances and they're great, but they don't see the stress and things that go behind us. So when I started bringing parents in and other peoples to help and volunteer, they started understanding and said, oh my God, they need some help. So stop trying to be Superwoman, which I've always done. I think that I am Superwoman. And start asking for help. Another point is stop trying to teach all the time. Stop and listen to your students. Your students are the most important things. I don't know what every school district does, but sometimes they have this time for, SEL, it's time for social emotional learning. And they put it at the top of the schedule, they put it there. But what I started doing was inserting it in the places where it's needed. You are a very, very wise music educator, and you have a sense of what's happening with your children, because we influence them every day. So when you're looking at their faces, you can see, oh my God, they need me to talk to them. And I will stop in the middle of my class and say, honey, what's wrong? Do you need a hug? Sometimes they break down and cry. because I took that time to actually help them and listen to what they had to say. It's really, really important. Your students will appreciate these moments, and I get so much love from that. This time, that unplanned SEL time, is more appreciated and more effective than what we say and take that time to do every day. Okay, here's the hard thing that we have a hard time as rock stars, is to say no. Hey, can you come and do this last minute thing? I am so prioritized. Let me tell you, at the beginning of the school year, I lay out my calendar from June to the following June. I have concerts, I got this, I got that. And I plan and I teach accordingly, and I teach a sequence, and I never break that sequence. So if someone comes to me and say, hey, I got this last minute thing, and if you have not planned that in your calendar, say no. What's it gonna hurt? It's going to help you because you're not going to stress out. You're not going to get that anxiety. If you can't do it, then don't feel bad about it. Remember that you are only one person. And if you walk out, get sick, or die tomorrow, guess what? They'll replace you immediately. And that's the truth. And we have seen that in education time and time. I have seen some of my fellow coworkers be replaced instantly because they stressed out and they did not take time for themselves. I want you to think about imagining school without music teacher. Our classroom is where every child wants to be every day. They want to spend every waking moment there. They want to come and sit under you. So they want to spend their lunchtime. They want to spend every moment. You're like, oh my God, can I just get a moment? Can I get my break? Can I get my planning time? Because you have created that safe space through music. That music in the atmosphere, it attracts. It makes us feel good. It is our healer. It is our sanctuary. But guess what? It's not only for the students, but for us as well. We know we need it. Music is just that natural instinct. Alfred Music, as well as so many other sources, have wonderful, enriching lessons in music and games that we can use in our classroom that makes music fun and engaging. You are the teacher, and you have to make your classroom fun and exciting. It can't be boring, okay? Don't be afraid to step outside the box. I want to share with you just really a moment because I feel like you just need to know this. I became who I am because I didn't fit into the square. I was that round trying to fit into a square peg. Right? My thoughts of music and what I could do did not fit of what the standard was. When I moved to Texas, I'm from Michigan. I moved to Texas, and music is different in Michigan than it is in Texas. But I knew who I was, and I was not going to conform just because this is where you say we're supposed to do it. I said, I am an expert. I know what I can do, and I've been doing this for 30 years. So I teach the way I teach. I have to say to myself, I don't want to say if you don't like it. If you don't like it, oh well, it's still effective. If you saw me in the classroom, and many people have observed me, I express my passion and my zeal through every aspect. I'm jumping around, I play and dance. I never sit still. Never, never. I am this crazy, wonderful lady that just loves what I do every day. And I let my students know that they never see that downside. That's because I love what I do. And I have got to the point where this is going to be effective for me. Now, I'm not saying everybody else has to do that, but you have to find you. Remember that you are that rock star. That's why you teach. You are a rock star, and be that, and don't apologize for who you are. Please don't. I just have to say that. One of the most important lessons that I learned from winning the Grammy is that I make a valuable difference in my students' lives, and I am definitely unique. Everybody knows me. I am this crazy, off the chain lady. You are a rock star, and I need you to walk in that. Be that. Don't apologize for who you are. We are music educators, artistic, passionate. So go ahead and walk into that rock star status that you are. I need every single one of you to come and say, hey, I am now a rock star, and I'm going to own who I am, organize, prioritize. Do not let anyone stress you out. Do not let anyone give you anxiety, including administrators. If you don't walk in it, guess what? If you don't own it, you won't be it. But if you own being a rock star, everyone around you will appreciate, they'll respect you more, your peers, your administrators, and everyone. I want you to be the best teacher that you can absolutely be this year. You need to walk into this next school year with excitement, and I'm sure that all the sessions that have happened this week for the last 2 days have empowered you to go on and say, I am ready for this school year. But now Miss Dawson said, or Pamela Dawson said, or whatever you want to call me, Mama Dawson said, I am a rock star. And so I'm going to be that. And guess what? Sometimes it sounds cocky, or you think, oh, people think that I'm arrogant and I'm all that. No, you are you. You are you. Don't apologize for it. Just do it. I want to thank you for listening to me rant on today. I want to take this time now to open the floor for any questions. Anyone has anything they want to ask me and say, hey, Pam, how did you do? La, 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 la. That's what I'm here for today.
Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough for coming to speak to us for our closing session today. If this isn't the perfect way to kick off a new school year, I don't know what is. So thank you very much for your time. Just kind of scrolling through what we've got here in the chat, we've got so much positive feedback and positive engagement. So I'm seeing this was so worth the time. I'm seeing, let's see, I'm so glad that this session was offered for us today. This is an awesome online music teachers conference. I'm seeing this is great. I wouldn't have known this was the first time. There's always a nugget of wisdom, a new way of learning, a new way of thinking. So we've got some outstanding comments here in the chat. We do have some time, so for anyone who has specific questions, please throw those in. I see one here from Rebecca. How do you energize yourself and keep yourself going when it's April and May, that end of the season where everyone gets tired?
When everyone gets tired, when it's April and May, you know what? It's almost looking like I'm looking at the finish line. Okay, I have to say, I'm looking at the finish line, but I energize myself because I keep saying, what am I going to do next? What is it that I want to portray to my students? And I want to keep them engaged. And what I do, well, first of all, I got to tell you this. My little secret is everybody says, well, I have about 2 or 3 cups of coffee every day. So, I am highly energized. But what I do is when I get up in the morning and I look in the mirror, as I'm getting dressed and I'm putting on clothes, I'm putting on this persona. And I have to say, I cannot lose these babies. The children are the most important thing. And if we don't understand the reason why we teach, that is what keeps me driving. I have students who come in, and believe me, in my 30 years, I've dealt with people, I've seen slit wrists, I've been talking people off of suicide. I have had people just, high school boys come and crying, I'm about to kill myself. And I have to stay energized. And I know, before I go on, that is draining. that is totally draining. As an educator, that takes everything out of me. But I have to always understand I'm imparting in their lives. So I understand music and the games and the energy that I exude is what is going to save them. You know, and I think in one of my videos or something, I said something about the story that one of my students was going to kill herself. She wrote me a note. And she was going, it was during COVID, she was in and out the hospital. She had nothing else to live for. And here I am calling this girl on the phone, talking to her, giving her music, just sing this, and put your energy in this. She was like, Miss Dawson, I think I'm gonna kill myself. And she came back later and said, if it wasn't for you continually believing in me, I wouldn't be here. And the days, and this is, I was going to say this to you because that you just asked. One day I sat at my desk and I was tired. And yes, April, May, and it's at the end of the year. And I had a student just walk in and sit in front of me and was just talking to me and telling me what it meant to be in this classroom. And when they said that, or when she said that, I think it was maybe more than one or two, said that to me, I looked at them and said, you are the reason I am here. You are the reason I do. I can't lose you. It's like believing in your own children. You would do anything for your kids. And over all these years, I have so many children, and I would have given anything for them to ensure that their life was safe. And I provided that safe space because they can't go anywhere else. Encourage yourself as an educator. And as you dress in the morning, knowing that you're going to go on and look at the finish line and say, you know what? May is almost here, or June, whatever the end of your school year is. I have to continue, and I have to continue to give because I am their only saving grace. Music is their saving grace and their safe space, and you provide that. Keep that in your head. Remember, again, you are highly qualified. You are that rock star.
We have another question that I think will follow up on that really nicely. Jessica asks, I am wanting to ask for help. Do you have ideas on how I can do that?
Ask for help from teachers, other coworkers, parents. Believe me, parents. Okay, so wait a minute. Before I say that, school has changed so much. When I came up, parents were always at the school with the kids. In elementary and middle school, parents are very, very involved. When you get to the high school, they drop off. Okay. But believe me, don't feel like you're afraid to ask for help. Just go ask. Here's, one thing I learned long ago. The only thing they can say is no. And if they say no, then you go to the next source. And that word no doesn't mean you're not going to get help. But as you're walking in and you're saying, hey, parents, or send a little note, can you come and volunteer and help me do blah, 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 blah. Help me with my students today. Can you come in the classroom? Or go to another teacher. Now, when I say about teachers, some music educators, we're all busy. So, it's like, okay, can you come over and help? But when people do call me, I will come and I will fly and I will go and help my other choir directors or my other friends who need me and who just need some time for me to either impart, give them organizational skills, come into their classroom, whatever. Please do not be afraid to just ask. And that's hard. Sometimes we're like, oh, we got this. But you remember, we're always learning. My education continues on and on and on. Yeah, 30 years I've been teaching, but I go to other, I like, oh, I like that. Oh, I go and sit in the classroom. I think some of my best professional development was just sitting around a table talking and having lunch with educators. And we talk about, what are we going to do for the first day of school? What do you got this idea? Oh, I have this great idea. Let's do this. And we all share, and I take nuggets, okay, and I just put them in my little box, in my little backpack, and I take them and I continue to use them. So please don't be afraid to ask. We are here. I'm here. You can email me. You can say, hey, Pam, I have this problem. Email me. I will reply. If I am not in the same state, if I'm in the same state, I'll come up and see you. Okay. But we are here to help you.
Grace asks, what advice would you give new teachers who might not be taken as seriously as veteran teachers?
Well, new teachers, you are coming in and you're walking into this whole new world of music, and you're like, oh my God, yeah, I'm a veteran teacher. I've been doing this for a while. But new teachers, come in. Your ideas are not wrong. You've been educated very well through college. You come in. Now, I have to say this, college does not prepare you to teach. When you walk into the classroom, you're gonna learn all this pedagogy. I'm the best choir director, I'm the best music educator, I'm the best band director, I'm the best. I know my stuff. I know musically what I'm stuff. When I walk in the classroom, chaos breaks out. Okay. Again, you're gonna deal with administrators, you're gonna deal with parents, you're gonna deal with all these things that are just going to try to keep you off kilter. But still know that you know your stuff. Please do not walk and allow the fear of knowing what you will have overtake you. Because if you have that confidence is going to transcend to your students and to everybody around you. Just walk in. I know my music. Now I have to become a mom or a dad in this classroom. I'm going to have to discipline. I'm going to have to be organized. If I'm not organized, it's going to be a mess. So make sure that you have all those components down. And remember, you cannot be so structured that you lose your students. Sometimes I got this, okay. I got to do this for the first 15 minutes. I got to do this for the next 20 minutes. But remember, give that breathing space, especially if you're in a classroom, have block schedules, or you have a longer classroom. Make sure you put in that breathing space so that you can allow your students just to be them. Okay. Hope that helped you.
We've got another one here from Geraldine, and she says, Pamela, you are awesome. Thank you for the reminders. How do you recharge?
How do I recharge? Okay, so here's my recharge. So you're like, really? I come home. Okay, I have dogs. I got, my children are grown, of course. My oldest daughter is a music educator, so I'm excited about that. But how do I recharge when I have to leave music alone when I walk away from school sometimes? Somebody said, well, what do you listen to in the car? Nothing. Me. No music. I have to shut it down for a minute. And what I do is the thing that I love to do now, because I'm on a whole different level, guys. I am a music educator and I have loved it for all my life. But my desire is just to bless people. Okay. So how I recharge, I'll come down, you see that little heart behind me? I got about 4 of them, 5 of them in my house. I don't know how many. Oh, 4. Okay. And I come home and sometimes I just sit and I play and sing to myself to bring me down. I need peace. I need my safe space. And I find my peace within me so that I can recharge. Because if I don't, I'm not going to be able to give back. And when I have those moments where I feel like I can't go on, I do reach out and I do call people and say, I just need to talk. Let me vent. I just want to vent. You don't have to give me an answer. You don't have to give me an idea. Just let me vent. And once I vent and I get all that toxic things out, then I can put back the things that I need in order to go on for the next day. So my recharging, guess what? You would think that it would be something other than music. It's music.
Thank you. It looks like we may have cleared out most of our questions, but I'm surprised, I'll admit, to see how many people are resonating with driving in silence. And a lot of people are saying this, and I say it myself. I thought I was the only one. Everyone always assumes you're a musician, you're a music teacher, you always have music playing. So that silence is resonating.
That silence is, because that silence puts you in a place to think and to clear your brain, and what's your favorite, I'm a choral teacher. What's your favorite kind of music? Well, I teach choral music. I love choral music. My favorite music is jazz. But guess what? I don't get in the car and put on my jazz. I don't. That's later on. Because when you walk out, you are exhausted. Those kids have drained everything out of you, and you know it. New teachers, they are going to drain you. But you have to find that space for you. And a lot of you are new, you got families, whatever, you got kids at home. You're going to have to come home and find your safe space. Your safe space. You've created a safe space at work all day. But you have to find your safe space. You got to clear your head. And I'm glad everybody does it, because I know I love to drive in quiet. All the years the road and that humming. And guess what? I'm a little secret. Humming is healing. Those vibrations goes to your body. And sometimes I just imitate the sound of the car. When the train goes by my house, I imitate the sound of the train, because it's my safe space. Thank you, guys. That was wonderful. That was a good question. I'm glad everybody likes to drive in silence, because I do.
Looks like we got one more question here at the end. Rebecca asks, do you have a set time that you leave your school every day?
Yes. Oh, good question. I should have put that in my video. I made sure, because I like all other choir teachers, started staying after school. I got to do this, and this. And I'm there an hour, 2 hours after school every single day. No, 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 no. Guess what I did? I decided, because, okay, I teach high school, I teach upper level, and we had a lot of performances. And so what I did was, when we started getting towards that really hard time and I needed extra space, I created one day out of the week. Mondays would be my only day that I would stay at the school late. One day. So on Monday, if I didn't have a rehearsal, I was finishing up everything I have to do for the district, whatever, or I was taking that time for rehearsals. And if I had to put rehearsals, I put all my rehearsals in all on one. The rest of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, guess what? I went home. Bell ring, students clear, see you later. If I had to stay after school, it would be 15 minutes, but that's it. Put a time limit on your work, because if you don't, you're going to wear yourself out really, really fast. Do it.
Pamela, thank you so much for this amazing session. I mean, this has really been meaningful, and I know you can't see the comments that you'll go back and read later. Just, you are really, really impacting people today, and thank you so much for that message.